All right, preseason game one in the books for the Jaguars, and it maybe wasn't that the first game that I think Jaguars fans were hoping for. A little bit slow out the gates for the offense and the first team defense. I guess let's start with the offense. So one drive for Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter and company. Trevor did a good job of spreading the ball around, but the drive did kind of stall at the end and ended in a Cam Little field goal, which is great that you know Cam Little's on the money, but not great when you get one drive and it kind of stalls like that. It was fine, nothing necessarily to write home about. The biggest red flag for the offense, especially when it comes to the starters, is honestly flags. Penalty flags were a problem over the course of the night. The first play of the game, the first play, Jaguars win the coin toss, they roll out there, Anton Harrison false start. That ain't how you start it off. So not great. They got to do better than that. I think Trevor Lawrence said after the game that seeing it happen out on the field kind of makes it a little bit realer than seeing it out on the practice field. So hopefully they'll be able to clean up those penalties, because that's something that we've seen over the past few years, even under Doug Peterson, and it's carried over. It was something that showed up in the mock scrimmage that was here on the field just a week ago, and it showed up in the game. So at this point, it's kind of become a trend to something that's got to be fixed. Defensive side, the defense was not great. Way too easy on the Steelers to just kind of walk down the field, especially when it came to that starting group. Now, were they cranked up all the way? No. Is it still preseason? Yes. But was it still way too easy for the Steelers to just kind of work their way down the football field into the end zone? 100%. The star of the night, no question, Cam Little. A 70-yard freaking field goal. I mean, limitless range for this guy. Rolls out right before half, boots it through the upright, 70 yards, and honestly, had enough space that it probably could have went back a couple more yards, maybe 72, 73 yards, and would have been good. Now, it's bad that it was during preseason, but great that you see that he's got that sort of range. So Cam Little, by far, the star of this Jaguars' first preseason game. So they got a handful of other guys that got a chance to kind of show what they could do out here on the football field. But I think Danny Strigow's the only other guy that really, I think, caught my attention. Strigow's an undrafted free agent out of Minnesota, trying to find his way onto this roster. Had a strip sack and recovered the fumble. Also showed up on a couple of pressures. I think he's a guy who's going to be pushing to make that 53, and definitely had a pretty good out. And look, overall, the goal is to get out healthy, and that's what they were able to do. They got out of this game healthy. Did they have a chance for a couple of guys to kind of show what they could do? Sure. Travis Etienne took the first team running back snaps. Tank Bigsby was behind him with the second team. At defensive tackle, it was Tyler Lacey and Devon Hamilton that rolled out first. At safety, Andrew Wingard and Eric Murray back there. We'll see how all of those position battles ultimately shake out. This is the first preseason game, not the last one, so we still got a long way to go. One interesting note that I saw during the second quarter, they rolled out 4 safeties on a 3rd and 5, which is something that we've kind of started to see on the practice field. Not quite 4, we had seen 3, but they rolled out 4 guys. They had Antonio Johnson and Darnell Savage both in the slot, with Rayon Lane and Daniel Thomas playing deeper down the field. So it's starting to become a little bit more apparent that they like these multiple safety looks. We'll see how, I guess, the roles shake out, and ultimately if those do show up on the field during the season. Look, they lost the first preseason game. It's not a red flag, but the flags are definitely the biggest point of concern walking out of game one. We'll see what they can get corrected. They'll get back out on the training camp field for the next week and then get ready to head to New Orleans for that second preseason game. But this was the only one at the bank, not the way that folks wanted to close it down, but they definitely have a highlight that they're going to be talking about for a while, because you don't see a 70-yard field goal every day. And I guess some people that maybe tried to run to the bathroom right before halftime honestly didn't see it, but hopefully they can go and watch the replay.